In this question, a weight loss program claims that program participants have an average weight loss of at least 10 pounds after 1 month. The weight losses in pounds are listed below, and you have 30 program participants. At 1% level of significance, is there enough evidence to reject the program's claim? Guys, note that there is no information about population here. It's all about your sample. You have a projected population mean, which is 10. But other than that, we don't have anything about the population. Since sigma is missing, sigma is population standard deviation is missing, we're going to follow t-distribution. We need to check to see if the population is random, the sample is random and population is normally distributed. Note that you have 30 participants. Since 30 is more than or equals to 30, it means that we are good with the first step. You go to the next step and then state the null and alternative hypothesis using what we learned before. Then we need to identify the level of significance, which is given to us at 1%. Determine the critical value. We're going to use our calculator. The degrees of freedom is 30 minus 1 or 29. The rejection region related to the critical value, and then we check to see if this number, standardized test statistic, is inside the rejection region or not. If it is, we're going to reject the null hypothesis. So let us start. First of all, look at the keyword. The program claims that it is at least 10. So at least 10, take a look. You have at least k, it means that the null hypothesis is given. Mu is more than or equals to k. The program claims that the average weight loss is more than or equals to 10. So this is your claim, which is no. Its opposite, less than 10. So you have a left tail test because of less than 10. Well, since its sigma is not given, we're going to use t-distribution. We're going to find the critical value for t-distribution and then find the standardized test statistic. Let me share the calculator with you and show you how to do the calculation here. Let us go to the screen, and here you have this information about this sample, and then we're going to find the critical value t sub 0. How we got negative 2.462. We're going to go to second vars, and then we're going to go to inverse t. The area is 1%, and it's a left tail test. There is no issue there. Left tail test, area is 1%, 0.01. Degrees of freedom is n minus 1, 30 minus 1, which is 29. And when we do the calculation, it gives us negative 2.462. This is our critical value. Then we find the standardized test statistic, which is x bar minus mu divided by s over square root of n. X bar, where did x bar come from? To calculate x bar, you need to enter all of this information into your calculator. So you need to go to stat, go to edit, and since my L1 is taken, I'm going to go to L2. I'm going to check these numbers: 4.7, 11, 9.5, 6, 7.2, 10.2, 7.2, 8, and 5.6. Let me enter those as well down here. So my third column information are missing. So let me enter them. 7.2. Then I have 8, 5.6, and the rest of the numbers. Now you need to go to stat and then go to calc. One variable statistics. All values are listed in L2. Guys, if it's L1 for you, you need to click on second 2 to change it to L2. Frequency list must be empty, and then do the calculation. X bar is 8.78. So the average of the sample is 8.78. Mean is the projected mean. it is 10. It says at least 10. So you're going to enter 10. S, or sample standard deviation, is S sub x 2.3615. So 2.3615 divided by square root of n, which is 30. It gives you about negative 2.83. Since this number is less than the critical value, you're going to reject the null hypothesis. So since you're rejecting the null hypothesis, what's the meaning of that? It means that you're rejecting the claim. So one method is using the rejection region. The next method is using the p-value. To use p-value, if you have a Leftel test, p-value is the area on the left-hand side. If p-value is less than or equals to alpha, then you reject the null hypothesis. Otherwise, you support the null hypothesis. But how do I use my calculator? Let's go back to calculator and show you how to use a calculator to analyze this and find the p-value. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to go to stat, and then you need to go to tests. In the tests, you're going to go to t-test because it's a t-distribution. Since we already entered the data into our calculator, you can use L2. But the projected mean of the population is 10. So change it to 10. And this needs to be changed into L2. So second 2 gives you L2 because your information are in L2. And please note that you have a Leftel test. So it's going to be less than, for your mu, it should be less than mu sub 0. Okay, perfect. And then go to calculate and do the calculation. So as you can see, your t is negative 2.8296. P-value is very small. P-value is 0.004. Since your p-value is less than your alpha is 1%, p-value is less than alpha, you're going to reject the null hypothesis or you're going to reject the claim. So remember that the result using p-value must be the same as the result using the rejection region.